Hello. So, do you like big green stumpy creatures? Do you like 1/1 counters? Do you like to attack for a lot of damage? Then maybe this deck is for you. This is a vintage deck based around Hydras and based around Kalonian Hydras. We're going to use the +1/+1 counter mechanic, and we're going to have a lot of fun with it. But before we can come that far, we need some mana dogs. We need to ramp to be able to get our big Hydras down a little earlier than we're supposed to take advantage of our opponents before they can set up a good defense. So what mana dogs can you use? You can use Birds of Paradise, of course. 0/1 flying for 1 green mana, able to produce a mana of any kind. Great card. Elvis Mystic, or if you go further back, you can use Lanor Elf, but another mana dog able to produce 1 green mana. In this deck, we're going to use Gyra Sage a lot. Gyra Sage can produce a green mana for each 1/1 counter on Gyra Sage, and Gyra Sage has the Evolve ability, which enables it to get a 1/1 counter each time another creature enters the battlefield, which either has greater power or greater toughness. And that will happen kind of regularly in this deck. And so stay tuned for that. She can be a really big mana producer. Sunball Sage, I know she's very squishy, but if you can protect her and she gets to live, her ability to make 3 mana of any color is absolutely great. Also note the curve. We are going to have mana dogs for 1 casting cost, 2 casting cost, 3 casting cost, and 4 casting cost. Karamitra's Acolyte. She's able to produce 1 green mana equal to your devotion to green. That can become a lot of green mana in this deck. And those were the dogs. So these are your mana dogs, and you're going to use them to ramp your green mana. And now for the bread and butter in this deck, the Hydras. Look for Hydras who has, which has, I think, X in its casting cost. So green mana or 2 green manas and then X. And X is the number of 1/1 counters they enter the battlefield with. Look for Hydras who can do something extra. Either have haste or protection from blue like Mistcutter Hydra, or be able to get extra 1/1 counters upon damage like Hungering Hydra. Primordial Hydra is a really fun Hydra, as it doubles the number of 1/1 counters on your upkeep, which it doesn't sound like much to start with, but it can become really big, really fast, especially when I noticed the next Hydra. Also noticed that Primordial Hydra has trample if it gets 10 or more 1/1 counters. Voracious Hydra can double its number of 1/1 counters in itself, or can fight another target creature you don't control. So you can use Voracious Hydra as a removal spell, which is really nice and green. But the reason that all these Hydras need to have the X ability to get 1/1 counters is because we're going to use Kalonian Hydra a lot. Kalonian Hydra enters the battlefield with 4 1/1 counters on it, and when it attacks, you may double the number of 1/1 counters on each creature you control. So the moment Kalonian Hydra attacks, all your Hydras will become twice as big as before. So this is a really fun Hydra to play with. And it plays so well with all the other Hydras. It also has trample, so those damage is going to be felt by your opponents. But you might think, okay, it comes in with 4 1/1 counters, then it attacks, it becomes 8/8 trample. Doesn't sound that great. Yeah, we need to get those counters going. Unbound Flourishing can be used to double the number of X in permanent spells you cast that has X in its casting cost. So all those Hydras from before are going to be twice as big when you cast them if you have Unbound Flourishing on the battlefield. Unbound Flourishing is an enchantment, so it stays on the battlefield, remember that. You're also going to use Invigorating Surge you can put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control, and then double the number of 1/1 counters on that creature afterwards. This can be used on Gyra's Age, for example, or you can use it on Kalonian Hydra, or any Hydra for that matter, who has 1/1 counters on it, and it will become bigger. You can also boost it with Solidarity of Heroes to double the number of 1/1 counters on target creature, and you can use this drive ability to target more creatures if you have the mana for it. This becomes really fun if you combine it with Kalonian Hydra. So imagine this setup. You get Kalonian Hydra down, say, turn 4, because you have a little bit of ramp. Turn 5, you're able to attack because Summoning Sickness is over. You have 5 mana. First thing you do, you attack. No, rubbish. First thing you do, cast Invigorating Surge. Kalonian Hydra gets a 1/1 counter. It now is a 5/5. Then you double the number of 1/1 counters. It becomes 10/10. Then you attack with it. It becomes 20/20. And then you cast Solidarity of Heroes upon it, and it becomes a 40/40 trample creature. That is really hard to deal with, especially considering this was turn 5. But I hear you say, aren't we just going to get those Hydras killed? Yeah, we probably are. But we can try to protect your Hydras, because it's no fun if they die, is it? So we have Heroic Intervention. It gains your permanents gain hexproof and indestructible until the end of turn. It's an instant spell, so you can use it whenever you want. You can also use Tamio's Safekeeping. It's a 1-mana spell, really great. And target permanent you control gains hexproof and indestructible until the end of turn. You gain 2 life. Great. Or you can use Snakeskin Veil. You get a 1/1 counter, which fits the theme. And target creature you control gains hexproof until end of turn. So all of these spells can keep your Hydras alive and, just enable you to continue the fun stumpy, smashy with your big green creatures. So I hope you have found some inspiration